for the thick of it all. If they don't give me room, well then I'll give them a while. I'm gonna smoke my tires when the victory calls. I'm gonna be there, be there. I wanna see my face up on the jumbo screen. Feel the white hot metal of a winning machine. Because you win or you lose and there's no in between. I wanna be there, be there, be there.
NASCAR on speed. Be there.
We're here at the Oswego Speedway up in New York for the running of the PNC Bank 250 under the lights at the 0.6 of a mile short track as we get closer to the chase for the Pennzoil Truck Series. On the post of 60 Riley Spruce to make the chase, getting a perfect last few races of this regular season. To his outside, the two of Matt as well as he's going to need a winner or two to probably get in. Then third we have Daniel Lynch, who's going to want to win this race badly. Blake Peterson fourth, rounding out the top five, Keith Stevens. In sixth, it's Daniel Price. Seventh place is Luke Rainey. Eighth is Danny Bright. In ninth, we have Tim Randolph. And Trey Rainey rounds out the top 10. For the rest of the field, there's Marshall Burrell to his inside, Anthony Charles Bois. Then there's Max Rossi and Anthony Hernandez. Behind them, Luigi, second in points, 40 points back coming into the race with Jack Hiramo to his inside. Then there's Stephen Taylor and Ricky Miller, along with Matt Hamill and Oliver Galloway. Then we have Francis Dustin and Lawrence Palmpon, Eli Tomlin and Keshawn Richardson. Then Jade Jefferson with Greg Lee. Mike Burrow and points leader Derek Bouchard starting towards the back, but on the inside row. Then Reese Bennett and Roland Cook. Jake Galloway with Michael Sanders. Then John Beeford and Landon Lyons. And then the 5 center Brighton the 33, two are outside the 30 of Ray Sir. So that's our 36 truck field for the PNC Bank 250 here at Oswego. Let's get going with our starting command.
Drivers, start your engines!
And our 36 truck field getting fired up here is the Pennzoil Truck Series. Getting back to short track racing as we head towards the chase for season number 5. Rise turn to Matthew Swells. We're off the starting grid here for the PNC Bank 250. A lot of chase hopes on the line. 3 races left to make the chase. Oswego, Kentucky, Richmond. Can someone win here tonight and move up in the points? Can someone get another win in the season and try and get a wild card? 38 laps here around the 0.6 of a mile oval as we are green in Oswego, New York. Already some 3 wide action. Sprague to leads lap 1 from the pole, 3 wide. Stevens made it through on the bottom lane. Now Luke Ray trying to do more of the same in the 29. Stevens got through the 3rd. Luke Ray's going to get to 4th down the backstretch. A big run for the 29 to turn 3. How about Tim Randolph top to bottom to get down in front of the 51. Big move there on the 41. He'll grab the top 5 spot away. It's all about track position here at Oswego and also being in the right lanes. The inside lane obviously the place to be here at a short track. And we're seeing that right now as they slap the corner. Peters using the outside pretty well though, but Randolph veers it down to the bottom lane through 3 and 4. He'll grab the 5th position coming off turn 4. 19 a little high right there. There's the 41 going to make that position. Oh, around goes the 18. Trey bringing it towards the inside wall. And he may have impacted it. Yes, he did. The yellow flag will come out for our first timer tonight. As Raspberry to our pulsar racing back around. Lloyd's going to be 2nd. Stevens 3rd. And Luke Rainey will be 4th. Sprague's gone to the wall. But he gets back in front anyway. Hard crash for Trey Rainey. He impacts the inside wall just like we saw last season. We saw Shones and some others impact it, get some hard contact, a hard hit. And we see that here once again with Trey Rainey. He impacts the inside wall hard. Coming off turn 4. His night will be done early here at Oswego. We'll see what happens. The caution is out early on in the PNC Bank 250. Here's the reason for the caution flag up top. 3 wide, Trey Rainey in the 18. He'll just get into the wall coming off turn 4 right here. Get a little slow. Marshall in the 10 comes up into the 18. They come down to Luigi, who is 2nd in points. Hard impact for the 31 into the inside wall as well. He comes up and gets Derek Bouchard. So our front 2 points do get some damage. Bouchard, he's hooked with the 0-0. He gets up into the outside wall with the 0-0 of Oliver Galloway. So keeping track of that, that is your top 2 in points that get collected. Luigi obviously gets the worst, but he takes a hard impact from the inside wall of Trey Rainey. But Derek Bouchard as well gets damaged. There's a hard impact, and then right up into Derek Bouchard, who then gets hung together with the 0-0 of Oliver Galloway. You can see the 0-0 in the 15. They were slowing down trying to stop it, but they just could not. In time, that is some hard damage for 2nd in points, Luigi, and Derek Bouchard, the points. Luckily for Bouchard, 40-point lead over Luigi, and a pretty good gap over 3rd place Danny Bright. But still, some big points implications heading towards the chase. So go on board Derek Bouchard. how slow he was going, about 60 miles an hour, and still just went up into the outside wall like it had a flat tire or something. And Luigi, he takes a hard impact on the inside wall. I would not be surprised if his night is over. He started the outside, he made his way back down to the bottom, where he gets into it. Nothing he really did there in part. You can see how the 18 basically stops there. Pretty hard damage to the front of that 31 truck. I would not be surprised to see that 31 retire under this yellow flag. So from the poles, Riley Spirito, he's led every lap so far tonight in the PNC Bank 250, but now he has a restart to deal with. The 60 truck of Riley Spirito out front for the restart here at Oswego. Green flag this time by will be on lap number 10. Riley Spirito in the 60 is out front. Trey Rainey and Luigi, the two trucks to retire. That's big for Luigi. Second in points coming into the race. He might lose that second position in points and fall even further behind the points leaders. Derek Bouchard right now 21st. He has some damage. Be interesting to see if that 15 can keep it up to pace. Riley Spirito has led every lap so far from the pole. Behind him in second, though, Daniel Lay wants another victory. He missed Eldora. He's inside the top 20 points, though. Second win would get him a wild card spot. Keith Stevens is third. Luke Ray wants to win for his second of the season and fourth. And Tim Randolph rounds out the top 5. Lloyd looking to the bottom of 1 and 2. Spurley up the top. Oh, he got really high right here. Here comes Lloyd to the bottom. Through 3 and 4. Danny Lloyd beneath poles there. Riley Spirito as they come off the corner side by side for the race lead. Back there, the 25 Keith Stevens knocked the wall down. Luke Ray slows. Now they're battling 3 wide for third. Stevens around the top side gets clear. Luke Rainey falls back to the outside. Blake Peters comes forward, and Riley Spirito grabs, Danny Lloyd grabs the lead from Riley Spirito. So the 17 truck leads. Behind, Keith Stevens trying to fend off Danny Lloyd, that's Blake Peters for the third position. Danny Bright up to 5th in the 88. He could close down the points lead. 3 wide further back inside the top 10. Matthew Swell's coming forward in the bottom lane. Anthony Hernandez middle, up top Stephen Taylor. It's a vulnerable position for the 44 being luckily no one was to his inside. Trucks starting to make their way forward. Spirito back for the lead on Danny Lloyd. 17 way up the racetrack. Here comes the 60 to the bottom down the back stretch. Once again, side by side. Poles here in the 60 back to the points here at Oswego. Power move by Spirito to get right back to the race lead. Into the wall for the 25 Keith Stevens again. Lloyd now looking back to the bottom lane through 1 and 2. Peters has cleared it in third, trying to run down these front 2 now because these front 2 pulled away because of the balance behind them. Looking again, the 60 up the racetrack. Here comes Lloyd to the bottom. 60 to the wall. Lloyd back to the point. Another lead change. And this time it's Lloyd back out front. And with them battling, Blake Peters closing in the third position. Spirito on the outside still fending. With the 17, drives it hard to the top side. Finally, Lloyd gets back, clearing by. Spirito is now second. Peters up to third. Bright fourth. And then you have Luke Rainey coming back forward inside the top 5. Stevens has knocked the wall down a few times. He's back to 6th and fading. Luke Rainey for 4th on Danny Bright. Riley Spirito is not letting Danny Lloyd get away, but as they both go up the racetrack, Spirito got the wall a little bit there. Luke Rainey clear for 4th. Bright back to 5th. They go through 1 and 2. 17 once to get up the racetrack. Spirito down the middle lane, digging hard as they come down the back stretch. Once again, looking though through 3 and 4. Big corner for Riley Spirito. They come off of 4. Now Lloyd to the outside wall. Here comes Spirito to the bottom. Side by side the start-finish line. To turn 1, Spirito to the inside lane. He's going to make it work. 60 now out front again. These two cannot get away from each other. Some great racing here at Oswego. Now Spirito up the racetrack. Lloyd coming to the bottom lane of the 17. Lloyd to the back of the 60. 20 to go. Now Lloyd looking to the inside. Gets Tyus to lift, and the 60 pulls away just a little bit. Some amazing racing for these front 2. Lloyd, Spirito. Luke Rainey went up the racetrack. He'll fall back as Dave Wright moved to his inside to get to 4th. So those 2 training positions. Halfway through the PNC Bank 250. Leading, Riley Spirito. Lloyd in 2nd. Blake Peters trying to close in 3rd. They have Danny Bright 4th. Luke Rainey battling with Keith Stevens for 5th and 6th. Luke up the racetrack into the wall for him again. Stevens going to move to the inside to get inside the top 5. 60 wants to get up the racetrack. Big time for Riley Spirito. Almost in the wall of turn 2. Lloyd closes in down the back stretch. Once again, the 60 carries his truck up the racetrack. Into the wall for Riley Spirito. Lloyd coming to the bottom lane. The 17 right back to the back bumper. Looking to the inside to turn 1. Spirito cannot get away from Lloyd. Lloyd cannot get away from Spirito. To turn 3. Once again, they run pretty similar lines. The 17 a little bit lower. Petrus way up the racetrack, into the wall for the 19, pounded it. Danny Bright for third. Luke Rainey back for fifth. Rainey will take fifth from Stevens again. This battle for third, though. This would be big if a caution comes out for a restart. You're going to want to be starting at least one row further forward. Bright's going to try and get it right here. Side by side with 15 to go for third. Danny Bright, the 88 down low. Blake Peters, 19 up top. For the lead again. Lloyd, not letting Sprint to get away. To the inside, goes to turn 3. Powers into turn 3 down the bottom lane. Danny Lloyd back out front now. Riley Sprayly tube. He clears. The 60 looking for the crossover. To turn 1. Looking to the bottom for Sprayly tube. Can't quite get there. Matt Hamilton's got around the 29 of Luke Rain again inside the top 5. Rainey's starting to fall back on the outside. For the lead, though, Sprayly tube not letting Lloyd get too far away. 16 to go. And the PNC Bank 250. Contact for fourth. Hamilton the inside Petrus. Now for the lead again. Sprayly tube back to the inside of Lloyd. Down the backstretch. Through 3 and 4. No one giving an inch. Sprayly tube back by. 12 to go. Lloyd back in line. And third on back cannot close in. Look at Matt Hamill coming fast, though. He's powered through at least 3-4 trucks inside the top 4. He's looking for third. Lloyd messed up 3-4, goes up the racetrack. Sprayly tube pulls away with 11 to go. He's won this season at Iowa. He's looking for his second of this season and trying to get up inside the top 20. If he gets inside the top 22 wins, it would be a definite wild card for him. And coming to 10 to go, he's pulled a gap over second place Danny Lloyd. I think Lloyd may have used up his stuff trying to battle with that 60 so hard. There he's trying to just be patient and save some stuff here for later in the race. We'll see. If the 60 gets up the racetrack, just slips a little bit. The 17 can close right back in here for third. Matt Hamilton to the inside, Danny Bright. They come off the corner. Matt Hamill to third to start finish line. He has 9 laps to go to run down the front 2. You have to get by Danny Lloyd and Riley Sprayly tube. Luke Ray back there inside the top 5 again. He moves around Blake Petrus. Some great battles all around inside this front 10. Here comes Mathis Wells coming back where he started on the outside of the front row. Fell back. He's back up inside the top 10, trying to get inside the top 5. He's going for 7th on Keith Stevens. He'll take it through 1 and 2. Matt Hamill, Danny Bright putting the pressure on each other. But with under 8 to go, coming to 7 to go. Sprayly tube has a good gap, but he goes up the racetrack big time through 3 and 4. Almost in the wall. He keeps off the wall. Lloyd closing a little bit. 7 to go. Matt Hamill cannot get away from Danny Bright. That's 3rd and 4th. And Luke Ray now closing in 5th. Some great racing all around this racetrack. Once again, Sprayly tube a little higher. Lloyd a little lower. They come off turn 4. 6 to go. And I believe because of how short this racetrack is, a yellow flag would end it now. Once they get to 5 to go, it's a definite yellow flag would end it. So through 3 and 4, Riley Sprayly tube coming to see 5 laps of racing to go on the PNC Bank 250. He knows a yellow flag would definitely end it at this point. Here's a nice gap over Lloyd. It's 0.6 of a second. You have to take it easy. Just do not overdrive these corners. So the spotter's got to be telling me you have about 0.6. You have this many in terms of truck length. Back it down if you need to. You have 4 laps and over half a second. And it grew that time. The Sprayly tube is faster than the 17th Lloyd. This is a big battle for 3rd. This is 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Mathis Wells up to 6th. How about this, though? It's a 3-truck battle for 3rd. Matt Hamill trying to hold off Danny Bright. The 7 goes up the racetrack. And Luke Ray trying to get up inside the top 3. Here comes Danny Bright to the inside of the 7 on corner exit. 4, 3rd, 3 to go. Danny Bright, the 88, to the bottom. And Matt Hamill, the 7. Number 88 will take the 3rd position, but Hamill gets back up in line. Yellow, that's it. Daniel Price at the inside wall, and they're still reckoning 1 and 2. It's a big crash about everyone involved. Sprayly tube takes the caution flag. Hayes slowed down with 2 to go. Don't hit anyone. It looks like Sprayly tube will win. One of them involved is Derek Bouchard, our points leader. Jake Gowan, 11 as well. Sprayly tube will catch up to the pace truck and see the white flag here in the PNC Bank 250. He knows he's got one at this point. White flag in the air for Riley Sprayly tube. He started on pole. He had a great battle with Danny Lloyd all race, and with 1 lap to go, You can see victory in sight. 0.6 of a mile left for Riley Spurley and company. Some of the damage trucks they got left, they're going to try and get their laps back. I think they're pretty much boxed in at this point. They might have to just stay a lap down. Hopefully they're all in their positions to where they should be. That's 28th on back to what would be like 34th, 33rd. So down the back stretch. It didn't end under the green flag, but Riley Spurley, best truck here tonight. And as he lets a damaged truck go, the 15, Jake Galloway pulls low. He lets him in line. Checkers are out. Riley Spurley from the pole. Victory lane, the PNC Bank 250. Spurley wins at Oswego for his second victory of the Pennzoil Truck Series season. Great race all around here tonight. We had different leaders all race long. Lead changes were abundant. We'll see what happens around the final caution. Daniel Price was the one in the inside wall. Here's how it ended. The 51 makes a ball into the outside wall. Right there you can see Daniel Price in the middle lane. Jay Jefferson down low trying to get spots. 23 sideways off the corner down into the A1. Jay Jefferson right there spins them both down towards the inside wall. Jefferson hooks back up. And that's where the second part of the crash happens. As Price hits the inside wall, the 81 comes back up into the 39, into the 20A of Max Rossi. Rossi slams that wall right there. And I think they wrecked even more up ahead as they were trying to control their trucks here. Looks like Ray Sir caused a huge pileup. That was about 5 for 1 right there. We had so many different parts. Yeah, right there, the 5 got into the back of the 30, spun him around. He's in the middle of the pack, and everyone's just trying to slow down to log jam. There's Derek Bouchard involved, Jake Galloway, Eli Tomlin. He ends the race early, but Riley Spurley didn't care about that. He basically had one no matter what. At that time, it was a 0.6 of a second gap with 2 to go. It would have taken a huge mistake on Spurley, but it just made his job easier. Spurley wins here tonight at Oswego. We'll go see the finishing results. Here are the finish results from the PNC Bank 250 at the Oswego Speedway. 2 caution flags for 7 laps. 6 lead changes, though. 2 different drivers leading laps. So they trade the lead 6 times at this point over the race, and it was only 2 drivers that did that. Fantastic race by Spurley and Lloyd there. Spurley wins the race from the pole, 30 laps led. Lloyd, the one who also battled Spurley, but he only led 8 laps, so it was like when the 60 kind of faded off there for a lap or two. Lloyd got to it, but then quickly the 60 would get back around. Danny Bright, a hard-fought third for him, and moves him up closer to the points lead. Matt Hamill 4th, and Luke Raines a day he needed inside the top 5. Then Mathis Wells 6th, Blake Peacher 7th, Keith Stevens, Anthony Hernandez, and Ricky Miller down inside the top 10. Looking at the top 20, and a lot of these trucks there at the end involved in the crash. Ray Sir comes to mind, Jay Jefferson, Lawrence Pound, Max Rossi. A lot of these trucks did sustain some damage, kept it running though. You can see right here, the big story is our points leaders. Derek Bouchard 40 points ahead from the points lead, 28th. Code Luigi second in points, was 40 points back, 35th. Bouchard does keep it in the points lead. Luigi loses a few spots in the points. But it's a new second place man that's going to try and fight Bouchard for this points lead. Let's now go see who is second place. 2 races left to make the chase. Here are what the points look like. Derek Bouchard, even after his bad finish, does keep the points lead. And it's only by 4 points as Danny Bright has come alive here the second half of the season. Bright is up to second. Max Rossi up to third. Cole Luigi falls to 4th. And Ricky Miller inside the top 5. Then you have Anthony Hernandez in 6th, Jake Galloway 7th, and Charles Bois 8th, Blake Peters 9th, and Steven Taylor rounding out the top 10. So looking at the top 20, I have to say that if I'm one of the front 4, I'm feeling pretty confident. 2 races left. It's going to take a big slide by any of those drivers to try and lose that many points. I think those front 4 are pretty much safe into the chase, especially the front 2. Front 2 have got to be feeling pretty good. Rossi and Colucci got to be feeling good as well about their chances. Got to be feeling good if you're Jake Galloway as well. Obviously, unless someone like Lloyd wins the second race and Galloway has a horrible time. But right now, I got to be feeling pretty good if I'm Jake Galloway, at least at getting a wild card spot. And right now, your 2 wild cards are Keith Stevens, who's 11th with those 2 victories, and Danny Lloyd, who is 14th, even though he missed Eldora. That victory has put him up into the chase. But it is tight for this wild card spot. Just think, if Keith Stevens moves up inside the top 10 and knocks a non-winner out, that means Lloyd and Michael Sanders would be the wild cards. But right now, they're tied for the second wild card. Lloyd and Sanders are, and then Mike Burrow's only 7 points behind them, and Luke Rainey is not that far behind them as well. So it's going to be a huge battle for this wild card. Can Keith Stevens, can he get inside the top 10, or will he use a wild card up? Can Lloyd, Sanders, Burrow, Luke Rainey, can any one of them beat each other? Or will Jake Galloway even stay top 10 points? And then you have Riley Spurley as a threat. It didn't look like last race he would be a threat. But now he's up to the 21st position in points and has 23 points to gain over the next 2 races. If he can get 20th in points and Jake Calloway stays in and Stevens is there, Raspberry will likely get a wild card. So it's going to be pretty close for the wild card. Racer 25th with his 2 victories. Jay Jefferson 28th with his victory. Sir still has a shot. Jefferson still has a slim shot to get. You need a lot of hope if you're Jay Jefferson at this point. Probably going to have to win the next 2 races to try and get that many points. So we head to the final 2 races of the regular season. The first of which held at Kentucky, the KFC 250. I'll see you guys then.